I post over 6 Instagram Reels every single day using Claude Code, and they aren't just AI slop. This is an example reel that got 138,000 views. Claude Code found the idea, scripted the video, cut out mistakes, added B-roll, added captions, added animations, added music as well, and then posted the video completely on autopilot. The entire process I used to make this happen is split up into 5 steps. The first is the ideation process. This is where I scrape 200 of my competitors, find their most viral reels, and based on this, Claude Code uses its skills to generate briefs for my recording session. I then sit down and in one 90-minute session, I record 30 different short-form scripts with 3 hook variations per script. From there, I go back into Claude Code, take my raw recording, and run the /raw cut command, which takes the long recording and splits it up into all of the individual videos. And then I use the /remotion reel skill inside of Claude Code to actually edit the videos, add captions, add music, and so on, until I finally end up scheduling it on Instagram as a trial reel through Metricool. And I'm going to show you this exact 5-part process in action right now. Now, most of what I do inside of this pipeline is inside of this dashboard, which gives me more visibility on what's going on throughout the process compared to just running it as commands inside of Claude Code. Now, anything I click on in this dashboard simply triggers a Claude Code session in the background, so it's irrelevant on whether I do it inside of this dashboard or inside of Claude Code. This just makes it much easier to track when I have all of my different videos, and I can simply click on one, click on start editing, and it will run through the entire process. Once I click on start editing, it's going to take about 30 minutes until it appears in the V1 complete section where I can click on one of the videos and simply see and watch the output. It then goes into the ready section where it has all 3 variations with different music and different features for each one of the reels to make sure that it's a unique piece of content every single time. And then I can see all of my scheduled videos, the ones that I already posted as trials, the ones that I promoted, how many views they got, and so on. But before I even had this dashboard, all I would do is go into Claude Code and follow specific commands. I would use /ideate to tell it to generate me some new ideas. I would use /raw cut to take the long video that I've created and batch it up into the individual smaller chunks. I would use /remote reels to edit each one of the individual videos and make sure I get the final output that is ready to post on Instagram. And I would use /schedule to actually post it on Instagram. Now, all of these are skills that I've built inside of Claude Code that you can invoke with a command. And I simply put it into this dashboard to have additional visibility. Outside of the recording session and the ideation session where I do still put in manual time, everything else takes me about 5 minutes per video of human effort. The actual run of how long Claude Code takes to actually make a video is more 30 minutes to 60 minutes, but you can just leave it running in the background and simply look at the final output when it's done. I started looking into using Claude Code for Instagram content creation earlier this year, but it was always very difficult to find that correct angle that actually works and that can be sustainably replicated at scale with a ton of volume while maintaining quality. I've spent hundreds of hours building out this specific system, and I'm incredibly proud of what it's doing now for my own personal brand, because I am posting at least 6 pieces of content every single day on Instagram trial reels, on Facebook reels, on TikTok, on YouTube shorts. I am distributing content at scale with a high level of quality with a low amount of effort on my end. And the results really speak for themselves, because in the past 30 days, I went from having a couple hundred followers to gaining 2,300 followers, putting me at a total of just over 3,000 followers now, with a peak being 600 followers gained in a day, and I only started doing this strategy seriously on May 25th. Currently, I'm gaining about 200 followers every single day, and I'm planning to triple that over the next month. And if you take a look at my edits app where I have all of my Instagram analytics, you can see that the tendency is climbing, and I am posting a ton of volume, and all of these videos are performing incredibly well, some of them getting hundreds, if not thousands of comments on a single reel. So mark my words, with this system, I'm gonna take my personal brand to 100,000 followers by the end of this year, and looking at the pace that it's currently going at, I think that is more than realistic. Now, I can currently run the pipeline through the dashboard, but I wanna show you an actual example of what an output here looks like. In my current situation, I would simply go here and say, hey, this video I wanna now edit. I then click on start editing, which starts the process. It then runs through the cutting, the verifying cut, the analysis, the visuals. It verifies everything, it masters it, and it gives me the output. It's now in editing. It then shows up in V1 complete. So here, for instance, you could see that this video is about Claude Code posting my trial reels. Let's take a look. Claude Code posts my trial reels for me while I sleep. Trial reels only go out to people who don't follow you, so it's basically a free testing playground. You find out if a video actually hits without burning your audio, but most people post them by hand, one at a time. So I fixed that entire situation. My pipeline edits my reels, writes the captions, and schedules them out as trial reels on my Instagram, and I don't touch any part of the process. The reels that do well end up on my main feed. The ones that don't stay trial reels forever. Comment trial down below, and I'll give you the full skill so that you can use this for yourself. Now, looking at this video, for instance, the last ending is a little bit cut off, and at the beginning, there's a small mistake. Now, I can simply click on request a fix and say, hey, I don't like XYZ and request a fix. For the purpose of this video to demonstrate though, I'm going to say, okay, there's only one variation, but I recorded 2 more hooks for this video. So I'm going to click on create V2 and V3, and it's now running through the process of taking this video. And once that video is done, it's going to show up in the ready section. In the ready section, I'm going to have 3 variations with each of them having a different hook for the same video topic. Let's take a look. If you only install one GitHub repo for Claude Code, this is the one. Everything Claude Code is exactly what it sounds like. One free repo gives Claude Code 64 agents out of the box. Everything Claude Code is exactly what it sounds like. Stop collecting Claude Code tools because this repo gives you everything you need. Everything Claude Code is exactly. As you can see, the hook is different, the color of the animations is different. For one of the music is different on every single one of them. They have different brightness and contrast. One of them is flipped inverted. Everything is changed about the video to make it an actual unique piece of content. Now, once I say, hey, this is phenomenal, I am ready to schedule this, all I do is click on schedule 3 reels. It'll then say, hey, the next free slot is Saturday, 20th of June. I simply hit on OK. It's now going to walk through, schedule these, automatically create a comment trigger for the keyword repo inside of my ManyChat so that people get the resource that I promised them while making the video, and everything from there is completely done. Now, video, for instance, that is currently performing incredibly well is this open cut video. I posted it 2 days ago, and this first one right here is already sitting at 37,000 views. But it's not just that video. We can take a look at this one as well, where this first video has 36,000 views. We can just scroll through and find so many more videos where I got a ton of views, such as this one, 23,000. And there's even some which I just perpetually leave in my trial reels. Here we have 37,000 on variation 1. And some of the videos I just never even want to post to my feed, but they are here. This one, for instance, about ChatGPT scoring your facial aesthetic, which doesn't really fit my brand, but was sort of an experiment, got 140,000 views. And all of it was done from this dashboard, or alternatively, before I had this dashboard, using the skills that I showed you. And slash remotion reels, for example, just to make it understandable, is literally what happens when I click here and click on start editing. Now, setting up a system like this is incredibly complex. It took me a lot of time and a lot of prior experience because I've been working with AI for over 3 years now. But you're in luck because I have a lot of foundational skills that you can use to set up parts of this system initially and then start building on top. And if you go to the link down below in the description, it's going to take you to this free page where you have a ton of different skills that you can simply download, plug into your Claude Code, and set up a similar system for yourself. Now, will this be as sophisticated as what I showed you in this video? Probably not. And if you want to work directly with us, you can find the link to book a call down below in the description. But will this allow you to automate your research, automate your scheduling, do analytics and tracking for your Instagram content, and come up with different content formats and automatically generate reels for your own brand, where if you put in time into further building out these skills, you will actually generate a ton of views? Absolutely. And all you need to do is click the link, click on open, download the file that I provide for free. It's simply a text-based file. You put that into your Claude Code and tell it to help you set this up. And with that being said, please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you found this valuable, and I'll see you guys in the next one.